Welcome back everyone to our gameplay series of Little Big Workshop. And work continues just where we left it at the end of our most recent video. We're working on 10 rubber ducks, 5 small shelves, and our very special challenge order, 15 square tables. So obviously that is our most important order right now. Now one thing I want to do moving forward, before we get into any expansions of our workspace, which we're going to need to do here probably pretty soon. One thing I want to do is clean up this area a little bit. Now we've started out with this entire area of the room that is zoned strictly for the storage of both our raw materials as well as our intermediate and finished goods. So I want to clean this up a little bit. And to do that, let's actually come in under the basic, and we've got a couple of shelving options here, and I think I'm just going to go, I tell you what, let's start out with, alright, so where can we put this? Let's see, it's showing as obstructed, so I guess we'll put it down right here for now. I'd really like to move it over one to do that, but we can always do that. Let's see. For some reason, at the last second, it didn't want me to do that. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's hurry up and place this down and get it ordered before they change their mind. So what should happen as soon as we get this out and going is they should take a lot of these units that are laying on the ground here and store them on these shelves. So that'll clean things up a little bit. So let's go ahead and move forward with time a little bit. Let's let these guys do that. Since space is not really an issue right now, then I don't think this is going to be a problem that we're wasting one square area there, even though it looks like, actually, now that I see it, yeah, they can walk on that side of it, so never mind. We're perfectly fine over here. I thought they needed 2 squares to walk, but that's clearly not the case. Glancing at our orders under process, we got 3 days remaining, and we're about 35% done here, 82% with our ducks, and 16% with the shelf. Now, what is slowing us down on the shelf? Well, I think the biggest thing is we only have one woodworking area right now. So what I really want to do, as much as anything, is I want to get another woodworking area. However, I don't want to get another one of these basic workshops. In other words, I don't want to go with another woodworking station. Even though it can do pretty much anything with wood, that's not where we want to go. We want to start looking at these machines, and I think the one I want to work with is the circle saw. I like the idea of the bandsaw, but the circle saw with its maximum efficiency, and it's a little bit cheaper, and I think that's going to be a great thing for us going forward. All right, so let's go ahead and let's just queue this up. Now, I know we're running a little bit low on money. In fact, let's go ahead and deliver some there. That'll take care of a little bit. Let's see how we're doing. Market cycle is about halfway done, a little bit past that. And the price keeps going up. The demand is still going down, but I think we've still got plenty that we can make. So let's just go ahead and queue up 10 more. Since that one is kind of in its own little deal here, we just have to use the plastic molding machines, and then we have to paint, and it doesn't get in the way of any of our other jobs. So it's very, very good that we can separate that. All right, so now let's come back into our machinery, and let's see about this circular saw. Oh yeah. So a great thing about the circular saw is, well, you can easily notice this thing takes up a lot less room than what we're dealing with over here. So we've got room with this thing. How much exactly does it take up? All right, so we need 1 row for the machine itself. So 4 by 1 for that. And then it looks like 3 next to it. So not bad. Not bad at all. Not quite as small as I thought, but I still think we can get about 2 to 1 out of this. Now the question is, where can we put it? And right now, I think the only answer is right here. So until we do some expansion and remodeling, that's going to be the only thing we can do. Let's go ahead and get that ordered, And now that's going to take our money down pretty low. If we need to sell something, we certainly can. And if I were going to sell anything, it'd be one of these assembly benches right here at the time being, because these others seem to be really making us quite a bit of money. All right, so let's go ahead and speed up time. Let this get implemented. There we go. There's our circular saw. Now we need to come in and let's see, boards. Can I move this? Can we move this? Nope, we cannot move that. So that action can't be done. So what about this one? The wood plank. Yes, it can. All right, so we'll go ahead and take the wooden plank on there. And then in the future, we'll start, sending all of our straight cuts to this. But it looks like that's the only thing that can be done on that particular system. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Let's actually reduce that. We're going to make this a bigger priority. And look at how quick that is. 4 times quicker than what you're looking at from our main woodworking station. Yeah, I like that quite a bit better. Let's now see, are there any other... I think we figured out we couldn't do the board, right? Yeah, we can't do the board. Okay, no problem. In fact, I just noticed something. At the very top of this pop-up window, it shows you what type of cut all of these are. And so I just noticed that, and it's right up here as you mouse over the different ones. So what I'm going to do is actually move this one over to here as well. And again, it's just temporary until we can get some things swapped around. All right, let's see if we have any room in here for maybe, can we get one of these plants in here? Well, I really hate to do this because it is getting right in the middle. But at the same time, it's just kind of where we are right now. We're just making a big mess right now until we can get some more room. But we're getting there. All right, so let's go ahead and speed things up. Now if we look at our room effect, we're at +4 there. We're at 0 there. Then we're perfectly fine in the break room, of course. That's no issue whatsoever. So, okay, not bad. We'll take that, even though it doesn't look the way I would prefer it to look. And then over time, my plan is that now that we've got this main saw, we will work to try to offload as much of this work to individual machines as we can, but we'll always keep one of these around as sort of a catch-all and an overflow. But right now I am very happy with the efficiency of this new unit. All right, let's see how much time we've got left. Well, we're already done over here, so that takes care of that issue. Now I'm going to turn my attention back to the square table. That is where we need to focus on. We're running out of time here. We only got a little over 2 days left, and we're about 50% done. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at what we're waiting on here. Okay, we got some assembly to do. We got a lot of woodwork to do that can't be offloaded to the circular saw. Okay, so it's going to take a little bit. But we still got our 3 orders working. And again, our rubber ducks are perfectly fine because they use totally different machines. So they're certainly not in the way. Now the small shelves, on the other hand, are certainly having to take a back seat. And I'm just fine with that. The main thing is we get this square table order taken care of by the deadline. And right now, I'm just not sure. I mean, we're making progress, but it's certainly not as fast as I would prefer. All right, so we're ready to go to market with our rubber ducks. So let's go ahead and deliver those. Now, we're out of demand for that. There's not a whole lot of demand here either. However, we've exhausted this demand, but it's about to reset in 1 hour. So I'll tell you what, we're going to come back. All right, has it reset now? Nope, it is down to a few minutes. We'll let that go. And there we go. So So we've got a couple more challenges that have popped up in here. Okay, I like this one. Let's go ahead and plan this. That looks nice. All right, straight cuts. We want to send all straight cuts onto here. And right now, that's the only function of this we can actually do that with. All right. Oh, wait. We're back on the square table, and that's not where I wanted to be at all. That is not at all where I wanted to be. All right. Plan product. There we go. That's looking much better. Okay. Everything looks good here. We're going to do 10 more. And let's go ahead and execute that. Oh, we need to do some more repairs. Clearly, I have been lax on the repair work. So let's see. Yep, we're going to need some more repair work. And I think everything's good at this point. We'll just go ahead and make sure everything is repaired as often as we can. It's one of those things that's very easy to forget, and I often forget about it. You can see that our shelving unit is certainly getting some use now. Looks like they fill up the bottom area under that first before they move into the other areas. All right, now we've got some repair work. We're down to a day and 11 hours. And we're almost 2/3 of the way done with this project. And really what is holding us up is our lack of efficiency here in our woodworking. That is killing us right now. But at this point, there's not a whole lot we can do about it. So we'll just work around it and hope we can meet this deadline. All right, let's come back in and make sure all of these are gluing or round cuts. Okay, we can't do any of those with the circular saw. And you see our money is dwindling down. We're down to 4,000. And that's because we're not completing any orders right now. We're focusing so much on the square table that should be a nice payout for us, but it is certainly draining our money to get there. And of course it doesn't help anything that I am insistent upon buying when we don't have quite enough funds to do so. All right, we are down less than a day, 16 hours. I'm actually not sure how this is going to work. I don't think we're going to make this. Meanwhile, our rubber ducks are done once again. All right, so price continues to go up even as the demand goes down, so we're simply going to keep going. With that, it is out of the way and is producing for us. It's keeping us afloat. All right, so there they are loading that up. Meanwhile, our woodworking is going along as fast as we can get it done. All right, so we are down to 8 hours left. I don't think we're going to make it. At some point, we've got to get to the final assembly here of these tables, and I'm not seeing any of that just yet. So we might miss this one. We might miss this one badly, it looks like. It's because we've got lots of parts and pieces sitting around over here, but what we don't have as we run out of time, we don't have any finished products. Oh, see, there we go. We ran out of time. So I just spoke to the head of logistics, and apparently you didn't deliver all the square tables. We expect better performance than this. Payment received, nothing. And that's because we didn't have any ready. None were ready. All right, so we're going to go ahead and finish this up because, well, we might as well. It says the market is empty. So let's take a look real quick at the market. There's another table or type of table there. So hopefully I've learned my lesson at this point. And it's right, I don't see any tables there. So we'll hold on to those. I'm sure that everything will cycle back around. The good news is we are almost done with the client challenges, for better or for worse. All right, so let's go ahead and get some things that will produce some money for us. So today's episode has not been a very good episode for us at all. This has certainly not gone well. All right, so these shelves are really getting taken care of at this point. We've made a little bit of money from the rubber ducks. That's keeping us afloat. And then these small shelves should help to do that as well. And then at some point, we're going to hope that we can unload these square tables that we were sorely delinquent on. All right, we're almost done with rubber ducks once again. There we go. Let's open up the market and deliver those. So we're running out of demand here, but here you can see prices coming up. Let's go ahead and do that. So we'll queue up another 10. All right, so we've got a few more milestones that are showing up here. We have received, I think that was another point, research point. Let's take a look, and yes, we have 2 of these now. And for right now, let's take a look. Where do we want to go? Wood production. I like this idea because we're doing a lot of woodworking, and if we could have a specialist in this area, I think that would be good. The downside is they're a lot more picky about their working conditions. So, as always, let's see, can we not do that? Why can we not do that? I'm not sure why we can't do that. It has us locked out. Why? Completing the bronze milestone set. Okay, well, how about that? So the bronze milestone, let's see. We need to complete, all right, so we need to do one more challenge. That's what we need to do before we'll be in good shape. All right, that's perfectly fine. And finally, we've got workers. Oh yeah, everybody is working their way toward that gold star. So I like that. All right, let's go ahead and move this to the top. Simply because with the small shelf, it does not overlap in the work that is needed there. So I think we're okay. All right, so we're going to let these guys get to work. They're almost done with, actually, they're almost done with the square tables. Almost done with the small shelves. And the key is making sure we have enough money to stay afloat until we can get things back up and running. Because keep in mind, we spent a lot of money on a circular saw and a metalworking bench, and then didn't get the order completed for that specialty item of the square table. So we've spent a lot of money. The good news is, though, that even though we've spent quite a bit of money, we'll get to keep these machines around. I mean, they're not going anywhere. All right, let's make sure everything is fine. Everything looks good. Let's go back to fast forwarding because we are almost done with these orders. Okay, there we go. So let's see if we can't rebound at least a little bit and try to make some lemonade out of some lemons that we've created for ourselves in this episode. For those of you who have been with me for quite a while, you know this is nothing new for me. I tend to push the envelope more than I should because that's what is the most fun for me. If I were doing a more relaxed gameplay, you know, and not recording or anything, then I wouldn't be near this aggressive probably. But for the purposes of the videos, I really enjoy pushing the limits. So here we're going to deliver these. That'll give us a little over 1,400. What kind of challenge do we have here? All right, this is, okay, pretty good reward there for 15 units. Reputation is going to be really nice. Deadline is really short. What I don't know about this product is, what do we need to make it? Let's go ahead and, let's see. All right, a wooden bongo, okay. So far, so good. We'll send that, of course, to the circular saw. The glue will have to go to the basic. And then the second gluing should create a bongo. Okay. Not bad. All right, so it looks like we've got everything we need in order to make this thing happen. Now, I guess what we could do is simply hit execute here. Let's see, materials. I thought we had that done. I guess not. All right, now we're done. Let's go ahead and start that project and come back to the market and accept that. Okay, it's showing the green. All right, it's been accepted already. What I was wondering is, could we get by simply creating the plan and creating the product before we come into the market and actually accept this? But whenever you create the plan and set it into motion, it does that for you. So that's unfortunate for us because I thought we were going to be able to work the system a little bit there. But that was not to be. All right, let's go ahead and move this to the top as our top priority, because we need to make sure we meet the deadline on this one. We do not want to miss this one. I don't think it's going to be an issue, but you just never know at this point. I'm also trying to look out for... oh, there we go. Small shelves are done. Let's deliver that. What is our next product going to be? Okay, do we want to make some more here? Okay, that's not bad. 154. Plenty of demand there. 183. Now, this is where I want to be, right here. All right, let's go ahead with 10. Try to keep that money flow. Okay, let's go ahead and expand things here. We got tons of tables that we really need to get rid of. In fact, okay, no options there. I was wanting to see if there was an option to unload those in some way, shape, or form. Maybe not to the market, but maybe at a discount somehow. So we're back up to 6,500, so that's bought us a few extra days to keep the doors open. Work seems to be progressing nicely on the bongos. We're almost done with the square tables as well. You can see the rubber ducks. I mean, these things are flying. Holy cow. Let's see. Do we need to do any repairs? We do not on those. Looks like we're okay right now. We'll go ahead and get some repairs scheduled here. This particular workstation really needs a lot of repairs. And we'll go ahead and, okay, I believe we're good to go. So yeah, we're going to be done with the rubber ducks very quickly, as it looks like what we're really doing now is painting them. And we can make quick work of that because we've already done the press work on it. Okay, there we go. We're done. Boy, I like these. And at this point in time, where we are with just the basic orders, I think we're doing pretty good with these. Prices still continuing to go up, so we're going to continue to make them. Let's make another batch of 10. We're at 5,800. I like it. Let's see. What is that? Did those just appear, or have those been there the whole time? I really don't remember right now. But I can't click on them. Yeah, right click or left click, nothing works for that. So I assume there's just nothing I can do with that right now. In the meantime, I'm starting to get concerned once again about our bongos. That is to be expected since, well, we've seen time and time again that we've got some issues with that. I want to come in and let's take a look. What is, well, where did it go? I've missed it. What do the shelves use? They use straight cuts and the curved. Okay. What about the shovel? Straight cut. Oh, and it's got the circular cut. Okay. All right, so nothing there that I can really use. I was trying to plan out which machine we would want to get next, but that's not really working out for me. There's not a clear-cut winner right now in that. So what we've got going on here is entirely around this. And you can see it's going to take a long time, 23 hours and a half. Yikes. Now, that's just an estimate. We're certainly hoping he can get done much faster because we only got 17 hours left to do it. So you can see what the game is doing. The game is pushing us, even if we didn't want to, the game is pushing us toward the more expensive, the better machinery. Because that's what we really need in order to meet these time frames. So at some point, we're going to have to give in and just go with that. But for right now, we're keeping the doors open. We're missing some deadlines, but at some point, I think it's all going to work out. Or at least that's what I'm hoping for. Our other option for right now is if we wanted to have another one of these tables. Still a basic table, but we could have another one of those tables up and running. And boy, do I like this graph. I mean, the demand coming down isn't awesome, but the price going up is really nice. So let's go ahead and deliver there. And so we only got 5 demand left here. Okay, I like the direction here. Let's go ahead and plan this product. Now, we're going to have to do some work here because this is going to be a little bit different. And let's go ahead and make, what do we want to make? Ooh, let's make some blue ones. Since it doesn't seem to care which one we do. And we'll put this work there and paint. Where is paint? There it is, sitting over in the corner. I almost missed it. All right, so I think we're all set. Everything is done. How many do we want? Let's go ahead and do 10. All right, I like it. All right, so what are we dealing with here? No storage space available. Okay, we got to get rid of some of these. We really need to get rid of those suckers. In the meantime, we're running out of space for our bongos. So now, let's see, what can we do? Let's actually see if we can fit a zone in like right over here. Can we? No, we can't do that. Okay, I didn't think we could, but hey, at this point, we've sort of got to try as best we can to make this fit. So we're going to put one right there and see if that will actually work. Let's see if they'll start using it as they need to. Okay, no, it didn't place that one. So let's try again. No, it, for whatever reason, is not allowing me to do that. There we go. So that should be temporary. As soon as we can get rid of these square tables, we'll be fine. But for right now, believe it or not, even though we're looking like we're going to miss yet another deadline, we're still staying afloat at just under 8,400. So our reputation is certainly not being helped by our recent performances today, but hey, making mistakes is part of the game. It's just part of the territory. So we're going to go ahead and move forward a little bit here. And let's see. Okay, here's the good news. We've run out of time, but we do have some bongos that are ready, which means some income. So we'll have to see what kind of income we get. It won't be the full amount. All right, so I expected better from you. I guess I'll pay you for the ones I got, though. So 744, okay, it's better than nothing. All right, so we don't have anywhere to put this. However, I'm going to hold on to them for a little while. I don't know how long we can afford to, but we've got a lot of stuff that we cannot get rid of right now. So that's unfortunate. That is, in fact, very unfortunate. We may take a complete loss on all the materials and the time we spent on those orders. And who knows, we might have even learned a lesson along the way. Probably not. I'll probably do the same thing again very shortly, but... All right, so how are we doing on our orders? We're almost done with the new ducks, and they're still working on these bongos. The thing that worries me is, let's see, I wonder, can I put any more shelves? Can I put a large shelf in here? No, it says obstructed regardless of where I try to put it right now. Okay. That's what I figured, but again, it's always worth a shot. I hate to get rid of this stuff, but it looks like that might be exactly what we do. All right, let's look for the market. Let's see what we've got. No challenges, which is pretty good for us because we're not doing so well on those here lately. Here, oh wow, small drawers. Okay, I like that. Plan the product, what do we got? Ooh, this is intricate. I see a lot of straight cuts, glue, assembly. Wow. This scares me a little bit because there's a lot going on here. But you know what? We're going to do it. If everything works out, of course. Okay, we'll do the blue ones. The mold, we'll put right there. That's no problem. We've got a circular cut that unfortunately has to be... Oh, that's metal, so it has to be done definitely on that one area. So that will take care of this part. We will try to use the cheaper wood. Straight cuts, we know we can do here. And then let's move on. Our raw wood. We're still looking good on our targets for our attributes, so I'm not too worried just yet. We'll put the straight cuts. I always like it when I see straight cuts now. Not so much when I see anything else for woodworking. Okay, let's go ahead and... Oh, this is going to be expensive. That is going to be extremely expensive. All right, we might need to go back and... Let's see what happens if I do that. Yeah, okay. Well, that'll help us out a little bit on expenses. All right, straight cuts once again. Over here, glue, we know where that's got to go to our woodworking station. Now we've got some assembly to do. All right, and of course we want to divide that out to our 2 assembly machines. Same thing here. All right, and I think, well, we should be done, but it's showing me that we're not, which means that there is some stuff I have forgotten. Oh, okay. All right, so that's our problem. All right, so I am going to have to come back and deal with some more expensive stuff. Does that get us where we need to be? Yes, it does. Now, we could spend some more time in here and probably figure this out a little bit better, but we're very close here on the style. So I'm going to see. All right, so our current strength. So what is our durability rather? All right, well, we can't get any lower than that. That is weird because we're using a little bit better wood. Okay, we're going to have to stick with this wood here. So I guess this is just kind of where we are with it. It looks like. Okay, well, if that's the way it needs to be, then I guess that's how it'll be. We're going to make 5 of these to start off with, and hopefully this works out. You just never know. All right, let's queue up some repairs. I feel like we just need a constant repairman for this thing. Let's see what else we got going on here that might need a little help. We need some repairs here. What about these guys? They've been hard at work, but they don't need near the repairs of some of these other things. All right, so far so good. All right, let's see how we're doing. Let's see, our ducks are almost done. And once again, we are running out of time in this episode. So this has been a bit of a disaster, but I'm really happy that it's happened, actually, because this is a part I'm glad you guys get to see. This is a part where I mess everything up, and we're still okay as of now. Even if we have to end up dumping all of these products that we've made, we're still at 7,600, and we're still afloat. Not the best that we could have done, but we're here, and we're still kicking. All right, let's finish up this order for the ducks. We're going to need that storage space here before too long, so I'm trying to keep an eye on that. There's 1,700 more. of those. Let's go ahead and make 10 more and just keep it coming. Just keep that work coming. All right, so we got our repairs done there. You can see how slow this location is as opposed to some of the more specific machines that are much, much quicker. So in this area, I'm starting to see real value for using a lot of shelving units. It's really a much more efficient use of space. I mean, you're getting essentially triple the space and you're starting to use volume instead of area. And that is certainly something we want to continue doing. All right, our workers, well, now every one of our workers. Let's go ahead. We need one more. And she fell out of the sky. There she is. I believe that was Emily, if I remember her name correctly. All right, so this, I believe, is part of the bongos. So it's taking up some space. And, of course, our tables are taking up tons and tons and tons of space. All right, let's go ahead and move this to the top. Move this to the top. And these two should not overlap very much, if any. So, okay, I'm feeling pretty good about that. And we're going to hold on to this storage as long as we can. We worked ourselves into a corner, and I'm going to try to work our way back out. All right, so everything is up and running. Our poor rubber ducks are keeping us afloat right now. And that's going to do it for today. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's episode. Thank you very much for joining me. And stay tuned as we will continue our gameplay series of Little Big Workshop.